So in this video, let's talk about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro versus the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus 5G. Let's go ahead and get started. So the quick summary of the Xiaomi is an unlocked international budget phone, while the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus 5G is a flagship known around the world and is considered to be the main competitor of the iPhone. This phone pretty much has everything, and this is the Plus model of the S21. So the first thing to note is that the Xiaomi phone is an LTE only device, while the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus is a 5G device. So you're gonna get faster speeds if you have 5G in your area. Next, the pricing is definitely different. The Xiaomi phone is $260 US. So depending on where you're getting it from, it's gonna be under $300. Very, very value-driven phone compared to the $1,000 Galaxy S21 Plus. So you're definitely getting around 3 of the Xiaomi devices for one of the Galaxies. Next, the weight of these devices. The Xiaomi phone weighs in at 103 grams, which is 6.81 ounces. Moving on to the slightly heavier Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus at 200 grams or 7.05 ounces. Both of these devices are dual SIM capable devices, but in different ways. The Xiaomi is the international dual physical SIM card variant. Pretty much every international phone has that dual SIM card functionality. So you have 2 different numbers, 2 different data services, good for traveling and going to different countries or just wanting 2 different services. It's a little bit different on the Samsung S21 Plus. You get an eSIM, which is like a virtual built into the phone, and a physical SIM card. So depending on what you like and what's more flexible to you, these are a little bit different with the SIM cards. Now for the water and dust rating, the Xiaomi has an IP53 rating, dust and splash protection. So this is not supposed to be fully submerged in water. While the Samsung is IP68 rated for dust and water resistance, so you can dump it in water for up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. So this one will withstand fully submerged in water for longer periods of time. Next, let's talk about something super important, and is the screen. The Xiaomi has a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED screen with 120 hertz, which gets 450 nits on average and 1200 nits peak brightness. And the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus has a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED dynamic screen, 120 hertz with 1300 nits peak brightness. And it gets 88% screen to body ratio, while the Xiaomi has 86% screen to body ratio. The resolution on these devices are both full HD. The Xiaomi is 1080 by 2400 pixels, 395 ppi. Samsung is 1080 by 2400 pixels at 394 ppi. So very similar screens. You probably wouldn't tell the difference if you were to put these devices side by side. For the software side of things, both of these phones are running Android 11. The Xiaomi phone is running MIUI 12 Skin on top, while Samsung uses its One UI 3.1. Both of these are obviously not stock Android. They both offer their unique flavors to Android. You're gonna get lots of customizable options in each of these devices, so each one is a personal preference. But there is a difference when it comes to updates. The Xiaomi phone is probably not gonna get updated, while the Samsung phone is going to get several years of updates, supposedly. Now for the internal storage, very important for a phone. The Xiaomi starts off at 64 gigs. The Samsung starts off at 128 gigs of storage. The one difference being that the Xiaomi, you could add a micro SD card with no problem, so you could be flexible in adding storage on the go. While you cannot do that with the Samsung, you have to stick to what storage options you have. They offered an 128 or 256 gigs of storage. You could get the Xiaomi in larger storage as 128, but you still have that option to add it via micro SD card slot. Next, we have RAM. The Xiaomi has starting at 6 gigs of RAM. 8 gigs of RAM for the Samsung. So not too much difference. Both of these amounts of RAM should be good enough to run all the apps that people use on a daily basis. Moving on to the cameras, I'm gonna say that both of these phones are very good on the camera front, except they're a little bit different in how they handle them. So you have a 4 camera setup on the Xiaomi. The main camera is a huge 108 megapixel camera. Then you have an ultra wide at 8 megapixels, macro at 5 megapixels, and depth at 2 megapixels. Pretty impressive setup for a budget device. The Samsung has always had a flagship level camera, and this one doesn't disappoint as well. Its main camera is 12 megapixels. Then you have a telephoto 64 megapixel, ultra wide at 12 megapixels. So you have a 3 camera setup right there. The main the camera on the Xiaomi can record up to 4K video, and the Samsung can record up to 8K video. A little bit of a gimmick right here. I don't think a lot of people are going to take advantage of either 4K or 8K video, but regardless, you have a very impressive setup of cameras on both of these devices. Moving on to the selfie camera, we have a 16 megapixel shooter on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro, 10 megapixel shooter on the Samsung Galaxy S21. Xiaomi can record up to 1080p, which is okay, and the Samsung can shoot up to 4K. So yeah, you're gonna get more crispy, nicer videos and pictures on the Galaxy S21, but you won't be able to tell that much of a difference. So both of these are pretty good on the selfie department. A big win on the Xiaomi, if you're interested in headphone jacks, is this does have one. There is no headphone jack on the Samsung. So if you are the type of person that hasn't fully embraced wireless headphones, for example, the Xiaomi will serve you well. You can still connect your headphones, your mic, or your aux cord in the car, for example. So Samsung is a flagship. They are going away fully from headphone jacks. We have Bluetooth 5.1 on the Xiaomi phone, and we have 5.0 Bluetooth on the Samsung. Regardless of these two Bluetooths, these will connect fine with your wireless headphones and your smartwatch. Both are rocking the standard USB Type-C for charging. Very versatile port, because you could connect your computer, you could connect your tablet. Pretty much there's a lot of devices that use that same USB Type-C port, as opposed to something, for example, like the Lightning. Unlocking these devices are pretty easy, but they use different ways of unlocking. You get a side fingerprint mounted reader on the Xiaomi phone, and you get a under display reader on the Samsung, which is a more futuristic, cooler way of unlocking the phone. Next is battery on these devices, and luckily both of these have beefy batteries. The Xiaomi phone has a 5020 milliamp battery, so huge battery for a budget device. And the Galaxy S21 Plus is a 4800 milliamp battery phone. Both of these should definitely last you all day. If you're a super power user and you need to recharge, both of these offer fast charging. You get 33 watt fast charging on the Xiaomi, 60% in 30 minutes. You get 25 watt fast charging on the Samsung phone. You also get reverse wireless charging and Qi wireless charging. For the processors, the Xiaomi has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G, while the Samsung has a best-in-class Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. So obviously the more powerful device is going to be the Samsung phone, but the Xiaomi is no slouch. For 99% of people and 99% of apps and activities that you're doing on this phone, you won't see a difference unless you're editing video. That's going to be better on the Samsung, or if you're doing high intensity games, do it on the Samsung phone. So pretty much they're very close in performance, but you got to give the edge to the Samsung. So in closing this video out, there's some things that stick out to me. It's obviously the price. You're gonna get a cheaper price on the Xiaomi phone. It has 2 physical SIM cards, huge battery, 128 megapixel camera. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus 5G obviously has 5G. It has a best-in-class processor, great camera system, has various ways to charge the device. And one thing that's missing though, for example, is it doesn't have a SD card slot, and it has $1,000 price point. Kind of hard to swallow compared to the Xiaomi. So these match up very well, except if you're on a budget, you'll get a lot of value from the Xiaomi. But if you have the disposable income to spend on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus, you won't be disappointed either. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace.